How do you move on from someone you loved so deeply? A very good question. The question again, I'm going to repeat. How do you move on from someone you loved so deeply? You know, it's definitely not easy to move on when you have love involved with someone. But this one aspect, everyone should be learning, regardless to what age they are in. They must learn to move on in life. For me, I think for moving on in life, two things are very important. One is to have a great understanding. Once we have a great understanding, we'll be able to move very well in life. And when we're having the understanding, the two questions are very important for us to ask to have a better understanding. One, why do you want to move on? Right? And the second question is, from whom are you moving on? So we're going to tackle the first question first. Why do you want to move on? You want to move on because there is nothing left in a relationship. So again, when I'm saying that nothing left in a relationship, that doesn't mean generally a breakup. It could be any reason for the relationship not moving forward. Maybe the person is not available anymore, he's not alive, or he's gone, or he or her gone to a different relationship, moved on out of the country, from the city, whatever it could be. So when you're saying that you're moving on because the relationship cannot go forward, and it could be any reason. There is no trust. There is, uh, you know, it could be anything. So when we're doing that, we need to understand that, you know, to run a relationship, or for a relationship to be successful, two people are required. And in any of the scenarios, if one person is not there, alone you cannot run the relationship, cannot move the relationship, cannot flourish the relationship. For that, you need to move on. And what it gives me understanding that how I tackle this as make yourself more important. When we find difficult to move on in life is when we make the relationship or other person more important, and we find that we are not able to move on because they are our focus. We need to understand, in my life, in your life, you should be your focus. Every other person, every other thing, object is an extension of you. That's where you need to practice self awareness. You need to give importance to yourself, to find ways to give yourself so much importance. Spend enough time with yourself that you don't need anybody's company. Then everybody's company become the extension of you, not the reason of you. So that is one thing, that why we are moving on, because the person is not available, and who's available is you. So build a relationship with you, and you never need to move on from you ever in life. Till you are here, you're going to be with you. So that is the one thing we need to understand, that build a relationship with yourself and let yourself understand that this relationship is not going anywhere. And I want to add one story or one idea behind it, ideology of, you know, train track. The train runs on two tracks, and if one track goes off, the train will collapse. So same thing in a relationship. A relationship is a train which can run two tracks with other two people. If any of the person is not available, the train will collapse, the relationship will collapse. So if you are not finding the track, it's okay. Let it move on, because you'll be able to find another track, another person who can help you to flourish a relationship with them. The second thing what we need to understand, that whom are we moving on from? So what my understanding says, that we are not actually moving on from the person. You are already moved on. When the person is gone, or person cheated, or person is not available, mentally you're already moved on. What you have to move on is from the expectation of having the person back, expectation of having your uh, control over the person, having the expectation of having somebody around you for a relationship. So that expectation creates this, I'm not able to move on. That is what the problem for most of the people, the expectation, either from themselves, they put themselves in a guilt zone and they put themselves down, or they expect the other person to come back, or they don't find, they feel they're not able to move on just because of the expectation that uh, is going to come back, they're going to come back. And most of the cases, once somebody's moved on, one is not there, it's not there. Example is, once the thread is broken, no matter how many knots you tie to it, there's always that knot going to be a hindrance in the smoothness of the thread. So even if the person comes back, the relationship will not be going to be the same. So let yourself detach from the expectation you have from the relationship, from the person, or from your own self. No need to feel guilty about it. Have a better understanding, because once you let go of this, once you move on from this relationship, you'll find many more relationships in front of you who are ready to help you to grow more, help you to fall in love more. For that, you need to get rid of this thought, and you need to move on from a relationship which you were deeply in love once. So there are a few techniques to do that. Like I said, one is better understanding of why we're moving on, whom we are moving on from. And the other thing is, there are practical ways of doing it. What you can do is write on a piece of paper. Actually, write. When you're writing, you're expressing yourself. So I'm not going to say use your phone. Write on a piece of paper. From today, I'm letting myself free from this relationship. From today, I'm moving on from all the expectation I have from this relationship. From today, I'm letting the person free from my memory, from my expectations. From today, I'm open to explore more my life and more relationship in this life. And after doing that, go outside, take a lighter, and burn this paper. You're burning this paper. Don't just stare at it, don't just keep it with you. Burn it with this understanding that I'm burning my wisdom, my understanding, and giving this, my past experience, my relationship, which is now almost over, or already over, or is going to be over, with the knowledge of fire. And I'm letting myself free from this experience or the memory from this particular relationship. And after that, you'll notice you'll be in a very much better state mentally, and you'll be able to move on very easily. Yes, while doing that, you may have some, thoughts coming back of this relationship. So remind yourself that this is not the emotion or the pain coming. It is just the memory, because the memory is not going to be erased. It is just the memory, the thought coming, but there is no attachment to the thought. So you'll be able to live freely, and you'll be able to enjoy your life, and you'll be able to find new relationships in life. And before we finish, remember, build relationship with yourself first, and then every other relationship will be extension of you, and you'll never have a problem when someone comes in your relationship or someone goes out. You'll just be in a very, very great state all in life. So uh, I assume that I've given some kind of insight to you. This is may not work completely for you, but it'll give you some kind of thought process to start working, and find your own solution. My point of view is my point of view. This is how I deal with the life, how I would deal with the situation. Now, with my perspective, it gives you some another idea. Please use it. The idea is to be free from the burden that we carry in our life. Whichever way helps, use it and make yourself free so that you can enjoy your life to the fullest.